Nyong'o Nyongede to lead us in a word of prayer. Karibu Daktari.
Our Heavenly Father, God Almighty, we give you praise and honor. We adore thee, we magnify thee. We thank you, Lord, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to be here in our church here. Father, I lift up His Excellency, your servant, Professor Peter Nyong'o, and his dear wife, Dorothy, and the entire county of Kisumu. Father God, I lift them before thee, and I pray for you to bless them. Father God, I pray for each and every leader who are here today, oh Father. Hide them under your wings and bless them. Dear Lord, I pray for His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga and his dear wife, Ida. Father, bless him and protect him. And Father, give him favor in our land of Kenya. Bless us, oh God, and bind our hearts together. And we pray for a victory in our Kisumu County. Father, unite us together. I pray, believing that you have done it, oh Father, in the mighty, holy, precious name of Jesus. Amen and amen.
Amen. Sasa nitamuomba Sheikh Musa Haji atuongoze na kwa maombi mafupi.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, muumba mbingu na ardhi na vilivyomo, tunakuomba na hasa katika kipindi hichi tunachoelekea uchaguzi, uhifadhi na ulinde na uipe amani nchi yetu hii ya Kenya mpaka tutakapomaliza uchaguzi. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, tunakuomba kiongozi wetu wa kaunti ya Kisumu, Profesa Nyong'o, pamoja na viongozi wote ambao wako hapa, uweze kuwahifadhi na kuwalinda. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, tunakuomba katika awamu ya pili ambaye profesa atarudi katika ofisi insha Allah, namna ambavyo ulivyomjalia ameweza kuleta maendeleo katika mji wa Kisumu. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, mbariki katika awamu ya pili, awezi kufanya maradufu kwa yale ambayo aliyafanya katika awamu ya kwanza. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, kiongozi wetu Raila Amolo Odinga, ambayo tunatarajia atakuwa rais wa 5 wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, tunakuomba uweze kumwezesha na safari yake ya kufika katika ikulu. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, tunakuomba kwa sababu tunajua wewe peke yako ndiye mwenye uwezo wa kila kitu. Amin. Wa sallallahu baraka ala nabina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam.
Amina. Tumpigie makofi mazuri. Let's get settled. Our guest of honor this morning, the governor of the great county of Kisumu, Mama County, the DG, our special guest, Panachege, the speaker of our county assembly, workers of Kisumu County and all the citizens of the county, good morning. Allow me just to take a quick roll call wherever we are so that the governor can confirm that we are in the house. Where are the central constituency members? Central Musimame, Nasigalagala. Central, asante sana. Members of the staff, wherever you are, all of you, be upstanding. Nasigalagala kutoka kwenyu. Governor, look at them. They're all here, led by the ministers. Kisumu West Dala, wako wapi? Kisumu East, makofi. Wonderful. Muoroni je? Wonderful. Semeto nikanye. Aya, makofi. Nyakach Kogero. Wonderful DG. Na Nyandoje? Nyandoje? Aya. And then our special team. Makofi kwao. Governor, allow me to bring two groups just to give us a short entertainment, and I'll call on stage Kisumu Melody to come over and give us one piece. Kisumu Melody. Mgawe pole pole please, mtapata t-shirts. Hello there, please. Can you stop distributing those things? Sub-county, please make sure that they are distributed from outside, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Makofi kwa Kisumu Melody. Haya. Asante. Siyabonga. Makofi kwa na Kisumu Melody. Thank you. Chipukizi, one piece. Order, please. Distribute the materials quietly. Aya, Chipukizi, one piece. Order, please. Let's have silence in the room.
Paso amelema atama aoya gavana inuka sitwaumia aoya gavana inuka twaumia.
Haya, last group, Kamongo standby.
Gavana Nyong'o tetea Kisumu, nasi tumechoka kuhangaishwa nao.
Kamongo.
Bwana gavana, Gavana Nyong'o tetea Kisumu, nasi tumechoka kuhangaishwa nao.
Check. Check. 1, 2, check.
Nasi tumechoka nasi tumechoka
Yeah.
leo kina mama turarue mwendo.
Asanteni, asanteni, asanteni.
Turaruwe
Makofi kwa wanachipukizi.
Turaruwe mwendo.
Haya, Kamongo please, one piece. Makofi kwa wanachipukizi. Yotura kupamna gemamor. Ero kamano. The last is a piece.
Yeah. Hoka. Hayana banyo to tumano nega. Hayana banyo to hereno nega. Kisumu county to Nyong'o. Kisumu manyen to Nyong'o. Kisumu manyen to Nyong'o. Hati chitire ginying Nyong'o. Hati chitire ginying Nyong'o. Hati chitire ginying Nyong'o. Ogero sikunde waneno. Ogero sikunde waneno. Hondiko ganda waneno. Hondiko ganda waneno. Nyong'o toro motelo. Nyong'o toro motelo. Ni wana Lupita toro motelo. Nyong'o wanoyo. Nyong'o wanoyo. Kisumu dwaro mane. Nyong'o. Kodelo dwaro mane. Nyong'o. Modelo dwaro mane. Nyong'o. Miminu dwaro mane. Nyong'o. Dodongo dwaro mane. Nyong'o. Vijendu dwaro mane. Nyong'o. Vijendu dwaro mane. Nyong'o. Ojendu dwaro mane. Nyong'o. Oromo gigabana. Oromo gigabana. Horomogi gavana, horomogi gavana, horomogi gavana. Happy tomorrow, happy tomorrow, happy tomorrow. One weekend, one weekend. Hari papa.
Haya, makofi kwa wana Kamongo. Let us be lively. I want to see on air kama kuna kofia ya Nyong'o weka juu na ODM. Raila Amolo Odinga the 5th. Raila Amolo Odinga. Anyang' Nyong'o. ODM. Allow me at this juncture to welcome you to this launch of the manifesto. We have so many guests. Some of them are going to be recognized in time. And now, allow me to request. Hello, order please. Stop distributing that mabango, please. Order in that corner, please. Can I now kindly request Honorable George Okongo, the CEC in charge of finance and economic planning, to come over here and give his remarks and continue with the program. George. Order, let's settle down, please. Can we stop distributing those things now? Sub-counties, admins, help us in that. Tutulie hapo. Hello. Mtulie, mtapewa. Bas, thank you very much. George.
Thank you very much, Bob. naomba tutulie. Wale ambao hawajapata nafasi za kukaa, tunaomba mpate nafasi za kukaa, tuweze kutulia, alafu tuanze shughuli hizi kirasmi. Asanteni. Governor wetu, bado kuna kelele zinatoka upande huu. Jamani, tunaombeni upande huu. Tunaombeni mtulie. Yule ambaye anatembea naomba ukae. Jamani, tunaombeni mtulie ili shughuli hizi zianze rasmi. Tuchukue muda mfupi, tumalize, mengine yatakuja kuendelea baadaye. Asanteni. Governor wetu, Your Excellency Professor Peter Nyong'o, mama wetu wa county, Mama Dorothy Nyong'o, naibu wa governor Dr. Matthews Owili, wenzangu katika baraza la mawaziri ya county ambao mko hapa, pamoja na speaker wa county assembly Mheshimiwa Elisha Jack Oraro, na wabunge ama members wa county assembly ambao mmeweza kufika hapa leo. Mgeni wetu rasmi, our special guest, rafiki yangu na mwalimu wangu Professor Michael Chege, ambaye pia ni mwanachama wa bodi ya Kenya Institute of Public Policy Research and Analysis, and also the chair of the NEPAD APRM review process in Kenya. Wenzangu wenyeji wa Kisumu County, mabibi na mabwana, hamjambo? Hamjambo? Mimi jukumu ambalo nimepewa ni la kiufupi. Nimeulizwa na waandalizi wa shughuli hizi kwamba nije nielezee kwa ufupi tu dhamira ama lengo ambalo limetuleta hapa. Natajaribu kufanya hayo kwa ufupi. Na nikifanya hayo, inawezekana pia kwamba nitazungumza kwa lugha ya Kiingereza. So what I'm saying is that I've been asked to perform a very short responsibility, which is to explain to us in brief why we gather here today. If you remember, ladies and gentlemen, kwa wale ambao mnaweza kumbuka, on the 30th of June 2017, it was a Friday, we gathered at the Grand Royal Swiss Hotel for a function such as this. That was the launch of the first manifesto of His Excellency, the Governor, Professor Nyong'o. And I know some of you were there. And so what brings us here today, ladies and gentlemen, is very simple. We have come to give, and the governor has come together with his team and all the people who support him, including all of us in this hall, to give an accountability statement. Governor amekuja kujieleza kwamba katika yale ambayo aliahidi kwenye mkutano ule ambao nishautaja wa tarehe 30 mwezi wa Juni mwaka wa 2017, atajieleza kwamba ni yapi ambayo yametimika, ni yapi ambayo hayajatimika, na ni mpango gani ambao upo kwa kutimiza yale ambayo hajatimika. Hilo ndilo lengo la kwanza ambalo limetuleta hapa. Lengo la pili, nadhani pia nimeshautaja katika maelezo yangu ya lengo la kwanza, kwamba mbali na kusema yale ambayo yamefanyika, governor na timu yake watachukua nafasi hii kutueleza mipango ambayo ipo kwa miaka 5 ijayo. Na mimi nadhani atachukua nafasi hiyo pia labda kuomba kura katika uchaguzi ujao. And so as I close this session, I want to make a link between what we are doing here and the government, because I know there are so many colleagues in the county civil service who are here. At the introduction, you were asked to stand up, and you are so many of you. We have my colleague ministers, and we have, of course, the county secretary. We have chief officers. We have directors and other officers of the county government. It is important that we are here as officers of the county government, because you know, for the various sectors where you work, you know the planning process and how it functions. You know that we draw our inspiration from the manifesto of the governor. And it is our responsibility to convert that vision and inspiration of the governor into implementable plans according to the law. And the law that governs the county planning and budgeting process is clear. It's going to be our responsibility, especially at this time, that all county governments in the Republic of Kenya are working on the 3rd generation county integrated development plans, CIDP 3. And we in Kisumu have also commenced the process of producing our CIDP 3. So this occasion is extremely important, even to the county public service. And we all know, of course, that from the CIDP 3, we are going to draw annual plans. We are going to make for each year, fiscal strategies, and eventually read a budget. So I think it's an extremely important occasion. Nikimalizia ni kusema kwamba ingawa watu wamekuja kwa wengi kutoka sub-county zote kushuhudia sherehe hizi, bado kwenye kazi za mipango za county government ambazo zitafuata, kutakuwa na nafasi ya kuhusisha watu wote wa county government, wa county wa Kisumu in all that we are going to do. The public participation process will continue as we do it every other year for those statutory documents that I have mentioned. Nadhani nimetimiza yale ambayo niliulizwa kufanya. Bob, ama sijamaliza? Si nimeelezea vile uliniuliza? Njoo uchukue.
Tumpie George makofi mazuri. We'll go on with the program now, and I'll politely now request the Speaker of the County Assembly to say a word and welcome the DG, who will eventually continue with the program.
Thank you so much, Bob. Your Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu County, Professor Peter Nyong'o. Our chief guest today, Professor Chege, the Deputy Governor, Kisumu County, Dr. Matthew Sowili. All protocols observed. Good morning. Good morning. I want to change the greeting. When I say Professor Peter Nyong'o, just give me a bit more. Professor Peter Nyong'o. I didn't hear it. Professor Peter Nyong'o. Thank you so much. I'll be very brief. I want to start by recognizing all the members of County Assembly who are in this session. Just stand. All the members of County Assembly. The current serving members of County Assembly, just stand and wave. I'm seeing quite a number. You are recognized. All the ODM nominees or candidates who are in the house, please just rise. You can see them. Please, you are recognized. Your Excellency, the Governor and our chief guest, I want to say that it is quite noble of you to have thought of launching your manifesto today. Just like George Okong has put it, on 30th of June, 2017, you did the same. But I was recognizing the nominees because of one reason. Because I believe, and I trust that Professor Peter Nyong'o shall be the governor 2022 to 2027. And I recognize the nominees because that is where their work shall start. We want to understand what the governor has done and what he plans to do. And I believe we'll be giving him time to present to us what he has done. But let me say this. On behalf of Kisumu County Assembly and as the Speaker, we have worked well with Professor Peter Nyong'o in the last 5 years. And what has been done in Kisumu County can be seen. And this one you can hear from the surrounding counties. Actually, in the whole of Kenya, we have received delegations from different counties coming to benchmark with us to understand how we operate. We have worked cordially, and we have done our work that was supposed to be done as an assembly. That is legislation, oversight, and representation. I am not afraid to say that in the whole of Kenya, the assembly that did the most number of legislation is Kisumu County. We presented over 50 bills to the governor, which are touching the local Mwananchi in Kisumu County directly, and I'm happy to report that all of them have been assented to, and almost half of them are in the process of implementation, and given chance, all of them shall be implemented accordingly. Simpigie makofi assembly hata kama ni. They have done well. I can also confirm that you have done our oversight on the executive, and we know for sure, as an assembly, the 10th agenda that was presented by Professor Peter Nyong'o in 2017, as we give him an A. I know there will be a debate on what A means. Is it 80, 90, or 100? But I say we give him an A. And we believe that however smaller percent that will be remaining shall form part of his manifesto in the next 5 years. Lastly, I want to appeal to the citizens of Kisumu and to the electorates that as we are going into the next general election, which shall be on 9th of August 2022, let's vote wisely. And voting wisely means voting the right people. And the right people starts with Raila Amolo Odinga, followed by Professor Peter Nyong'o and the whole of his team, with a purpose. The purpose is that we can't have a presidency who cannot deliver because he doesn't have his lieutenants. I believe we shall do so, and God willing, and I know he's willing, we shall have the presidency, and we shall have Professor Peter Nyong'o as the next governor of Kisumu County. With those few remarks, may I now call upon the Deputy Governor of Kisumu County, Dr. Matthew Sowili, to make his remarks.
Wagone speak alvedo maber. So, thank you very much, Your Excellency, Professor Peter Nyong'o, the Governor of the great county of Kisumu up to 2027, Mama County, Mama Wetu, Mama Dorothy Nyong'o, our chief guest for today, Professor Michael Chege, the County Assembly Speaker, Engineer Elisha Jacoraro, together with the members of the County Assembly present. Allow me also to recognize the presence of the incoming MP for Kisumu Central, Dr. Joshua Oron, the County Secretary, Bwana Godfrey Kigochi, together with members of the Cabinet present, our nominees, wapendo wa Kisumu, members of the 4th Estate, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Adwanu wafuane kama kamora mora moantie, up there. Asanteni sana. I would like to start by recognizing members of the county cabinet present, and I would ask them to stand so that I introduce all of them accordingly. And I'll start from the far corner. That is the Honorable Waziri Achialai, in charge of tourism, culture, sports, and many other things in that docket. And you have to be clapping for them. These are the guys who have ensured that the manifesto is delivered, the governor's core team. And then, of course, we have Wakili Edris Omondi, that is the county attorney. Tumpige makofi. Ajo Kisumo. Makofi no dabe matina hinya. Kawono en chieng morkoso. Kawono en chieng morkoso. Makofi Edris Omondi. Thank you. The next one is Waziri Gilchrist Okwom, in charge of agriculture, livestock, and fisheries. The next one is Waziri Dickson Obungu. Dickson Obungu is in charge of industrialization and trade in the county of Kisumu. The next one is Waziri Farida Salim, in charge of roads, housing, public works, and transport. The next one is our Ukuri Atani, Waziri George Omondi Okongo, in charge of finance and economic planning. The next one is Waziri Greg Ganda, who is in charge of health and sanitation. And I want to introduce Waziri first before I can come back to the Chief of Staff and the County Secretary. And then we have Waziri John Aweti Kwach. Kwach is in charge of education, human capacity development, and ICT. Then we have Abdallah Kasim, who is the Chief of Staff in the Governor's Office. And then, of course, we have Bwana Godfrey Kigochi, who is the County Secretary. With your permission, Your Excellency, allow me also to introduce a friend of mine all the way from the State University of New York at Oneanta. You seem to be attracting so many professors around you. Bwana Professor Maurice Odago, if you may stand, is right here all the way to come and help us in launching the race manifesto. Asante sana for coming. And for avoidance of doubt, I went to school with him. I know there are some people who cannot point their classmates. And now I want to introduce the Azimio Kisumu County team. This is the team that is charged with the responsibility of mobilizing votes for the incoming President of the Republic of Kenya, Raila Amolo Odinga. So wherever you are, please stand, we recognize you. Thank you very much. It's a big, big team. I am part of that team. It is not possible to talk about all their names, but the chair is right there, Abdul Dubai. Abdul, if you can carry your hand there. Asante sana. And my brother Kennedy Ajuang Jege has been very, very active in that front. Asante sana. Jege is right there. And then now allow me to also introduce the team charged with responsibility for campaigning for the governor of the great county of Kisumu, Professor Peter Nyong'o. If you may stand wherever you are so that we recognize you. Right there, I can see Waziri Neria Cha right there, Faida Salim right there, Professor Meguda Atiang right there. But the chair of that committee is none other than Samuel Ongo Kimbo Chieng. So today we gather here for a very important function. Every single year since 2017, the governor has gathered the people of Kisumu and he has been giving a report of his achievements every single year. We come to the end of the first term, sometime in the coming month, just before the election. And so he's here today to be able to tell the people of Kisumu what he has done for the last 5 years and what he will do in the next 5 years. This is not the only gathering that he's had in the recent days. We have been to the corners of this county. We were in Muhoroni, and the Muhoroni people can confirm. He went there to point and to show live what he has done for that particular sub-county. We have been to Nyakach Kogero, and governor has been able to pinpoint all that he's been able to do for the last 5 years in that particular sub-county. We were in Nyando, Ahero Nyando, the length and breadth of it. And the governor was able to pinpoint the projects that he has implemented within that particular sub-county. And Nyando people, we will never forget the love that you showed the governor, especially when we went to East Kanawawidi, some place called Olasi. We have been to Kisumu East, and the governor was able to show live the projects that is implemented in that particular sub-county, ECD centers, health centers, dispensaries, roads, na kadhalika. We have been to Kisumu Central, and today we'll be going back to Kisumu Central in what is dubbed the Kondele Declaration. And we can pinpoint many projects implemented and completed within Central Sub-County. And the governor will be giving us details. We have been there with the people of Kisumu West, Joe Kisumu Dalagi, Speaker of the County Assembly of Kisumu. All the way from Mukendwa to Kisian. In all the stops that we made, the governor was able to point out live the projects that he has implemented within that particular sub-county. We have been to Seme Kodungu, and we'll be coming back to Seme, and we can pinpoint many projects that the governor has implemented, including the tamaking of Bodi Nambakapeo Road. Omeo teach ose tiore koso. So the governor is saying, wase timo wadok. Nyako wach nakanyo. Wase timo wadok. Wase timo wadok. So he will be coming up here to show you again live what has been delivered and what will be delivered in the next 5 years. As with the speaker, I want to agree with him. Every sub-county we have been, the people that we've met have committed to give Governor Professor Peter Nyong'o, Professor Peter Nyong'o, Professor Peter Nyong'o, and we are saying that we need to build a bridge that will ensure continuous development of the county of Kisumu. There is no way that you can separate His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga and His Excellency Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o. They have a history together, and this is the God-given time, the God-ordained time that they will be able to deliver for the people of Kenya, for the people of Kisumu. And so as we vote for Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, let us remember that we have a date with destiny on the 9th of August, because we are going to choose between a dealer and a leader. We all know that. One message that I want to leave with you: the presidency is coming, yes, but you need to look about the quality of that presidency. It is possible to have a lame duck president, and the easiest way to have a lame duck president is to elect a president without the requisite numbers: 1 in the county assembly, 2 in the National Assembly, 3 in the Senate, and 4 at the Council of Governors. So we are asking you that as you go back home, as you talk to your relatives, as you talk to your constituency, ensure that we elect the ODM members of parliament this side of town, ODM members of the county assembly, ODM members of the Senate, and ODM governors, because that is what will ensure that Raila Amolo Odinga in his presidency will stand strong and will have authority to be able to deliver for the people of this country. Gidholuo eniki kwami jakom bunde maonge angoa risasi. Kikwami bunde maonge angoa iluongo ne bunde kamnara. Eni ngiya kanyi gwonya timo bende angoa bende onge risasi mokwongo NMCA mochungi ODM. Mar ariyo en member of parliament mochungi ODM. Risasi mar adek and woman representative mochungio ODM. Risasi mar ang'wen and senator mochungi ODM. To risasi mar abich and risasi mar risasi man the governor of the great county of Kisumu, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o. Wawacho koso kwa wacho. Kora don moda kaw thuolo ni moda mi Bob. Yeah, I think we have an interlude for speeches. Welcome.
Yeah. Round of applause for Bana Deputy Governor. Dakupam Nekumora. Chalaria Dek. Nasigalagala. Thank you very much. Allow me to bring on stage Kamongo Entertainment Group. Just interlude, short one. And then I hope the video is ready. Kamongo, Miwangolo.
Yes. DJ. Shh. Yo Kisumo untie.
Wantie.
Jadi mamor gi Peter Anyang' Nyong'o. Aya, wachunguru malo wacham thum matin donge. Wamieluru matin Nyong'o tano tena.
Correct.
Donge. Yeah? Wamama oi. Vijana oi.
Oi.
Yani lungane Kamongo. An would seme kopudo. Ane mawero Nyong'o tano tena. Sawa. Aya, twende. DJ. Awachunguru.
Sote tusimame. Viongo Martin.
Kidogo. Yes. Twende.
Aya.
Kisumu County.
En mana Peter Nyong'o.
Twende. Kisumu County.
En mana Peter Nyong'o.
Kisumu Manyien.
En mana Peter Nyong'o.
Yeah. Governor Anyang' Nyong'o, Professor Watero. Anyang' Nyong'o, Professor Watero. Sipaguambo. Dakana kumiele hawa. Anyang' Nyong'o okelo.
Aya, fundi ya mtambo, the output is so poor.
Technician. Anyang' Nyong'o okelo.
Aya, asante sana.
Anyang' Nyong'o.
Asante sana Kamongo. Let's get seated. Fundi ya mtambo tafadhali check on the sound. What's up there?
Aya, DJ.
Asante sana DJ, check on your system. Governor, with your permission now, allow us to have a short video presentation. Before Kamongo, can the DJ work on this?
DJ. Tafadhali tengeneza sauti. Tafadhali.
sio tu kwa wakaaji wa jimbo.
Haya.
Aya, DJ. Ta. Yo Kisumu untie. Uketo oto de kwath. Wachungu malo matin. Chungare umalo matin.
Tukingojea governor arudi.
Tukingoja governor, tafadhali, technician.
Let's be.
Tengeneza, haitoki. Odinoreti.
Aya DJ, twende kazi.
Aya. Anzisha kwa mguu. Chake tiende. Hen mana pita Nyong'o. Tafadhali.
Lakeside Melodies.
Profesa Watero.
Aya. Order please. Lakeside Melodies, be stand by for. Now, with the permission of the governor, we'll move on with the program now, and I'll call upon our technician to give us a video presentation.
Kwa takriban miaka mitano sasa tangu kuchukua usukani kwa mtangulizi wake, kazi ya gavana Mheshimiwa Profesa Peter Nyong'o inaonekana dhahiri sio tu kwa wakaaji wa jimbo hili la Kisumu pekee. Urembeshaji wa jiji la Kisumu kwa kujengwa kwa mizunguko zaidi ya 5, kupangwa kwa taili aina ya cabros na wataalam, kujengwa kwa taa za barabara almaarufu street lights, kupandwa kwa miti kando ya barabara zote mjini na hata kwenye bustani iliyofanyiwa ukarabati ya Jaramogi Oginga Odinga ni thibitisho tosha kwamba profesa amerudisha utukufu wa jimbo hili, utukufu ambao ulizikwa kwenye kaburi la sahau miaka kadhaa iliyopita.
The CBD is sparkling in terms of path roads, common walkways, and even the buildings. All the buildings are over 75% given facelift, and Kisumu is really sparkling.
Sasa Kisumu iko na nafasi ya kutembea, hakuna mtu utagonga kitu chake, hakuna mtu utafinyana naye, hakuna mtu utapigana naye bega kwa bega, kwa sababu nafasi ya kutembea iko.
Sisi watu wa Kisumu hatukujua maneno ya cabros. Cabros imekuja kwa speed sana kwa sababu ya Afro City. Lakini kitu tumegundua, mimi hata ukiangalia viatu yangu imemaliza wiki moja kama sijapiga rangi. Lakini wakati ambao cabros hakuwa, nilikuwa napiga rangi kila siku. So usafiness wa Kisumu, cabros lazima tulinde, na tena cabros lazima tupokee kwa sangwe na vigelegele.
Jenzi wa masoko ya kisasa ya Uhuru, Chichwa, Otonglo, Kombewa, Kibuye na mengine mengi ni thibitisho tosha kwamba wafanyabiashara jijini na hata nje la jiji wamekuwa kipaumbele kwa muhula wake wa kwanza uongozini. Biwi la taka la Kachok almaarufu Gotranguma, profesa amelishughulikia kikamilifu. thuluthi mbili ikiwa ni bustani ya mimea almaarufu the botanic garden.
It was a big issue it was affecting also the stadium when we couldn't even watch football there freely, but now the Kachok dam side is no longer there. It is the governor's achieved.
Upanzi wa miti katikati mwa jiji hili na pia kwenye baadhi ya kaunti ndogo yanayohunda kaunti hii ya Kisumu. Wakaaji wa jimbo hili sasa wanaweza kupata hewa safi, maji safi ya kunywa kutoka kwa kampuni inayosimamia usambazaji wa maji safi na usafishaji wa maji taka, Kiwasco.
The county government plays a major role in the water supply of Kisumu because basically this company is a local company run by, and as you are aware, water is devolved, and the county government plays a major role in terms of infrastructure development, in terms of assisting the company to ensure that the residents of Kisumu get potable and clean water.
When we looked at Moroni and we looked at Nyando sub-counties, we looked at the areas how we can take water to them, and we made sure that because of the water treatment we have could not be able to go all the way. We looked at the available water sources within those particular two sub-counties. And in Nyando, for example, we have done close to 37 boreholes that covers all the 5 wards. And within these boreholes we have done, these are major ones, within 37 boreholes which we have done, covering these 5 wards were completed in 2019. So that was done then. Then we focused on 2020, 2021, 2022, and we did a further 75 boreholes to cover Nyando as a sub-county. And I can confidently say today here that if you look at our Sonjiko ward, East Kanowawidi, Aero ward, Kubura ward, and Kabonyo Kanyagwa, these particular areas, the distance anybody can cover to access clean and safe water is 200 meters on the average. And that also applies to Moroni as a sub-county. What did we do in Moroni as a sub-county? Moroni as a sub-county, we mapped out all of the wards. Starting from Ombei ward, we did over 7 water points. We went ahead to look at the areas, the farthest areas, Yao, for example, Ombei, for example. We looked at our Miwani ward, for example. We did in Nyakongo. We did Olasi water. We did Miwani water, dispensary water project. We looked at Tamu Koru ward. We did Kibigori water. We did Tamu water. We looked at Koru Moroni ward. We did the Koguta water project. We did Godnyete water project. We did rehabilitate Koru Tam water project. We did Moroni water project, which was major one, because that's the major one that serves Moroni. So Moroni, we put in some money to rehabilitate the water utility.
Uzinduzi wa mji wa Moroni, mji wa Katito, mji wa Ahero pamoja na mji wa Maseno, Profesa ameleta mwangaza kwenye sekta ya uchumi na kuwapiga teke makundi ya wadupuzi yaliyosukuma gurudumu ya maendeleo ikirudi nyuma. Vituo vya afya kufanyiwa ukarabati upya na pia kujengwa kwa zahanati kwenye vituo hivi vya Lumumba, Chiga, Kuyo kituo cha ugonjwa wa saratani kwenye hospitali ya rufaa ya Jaramogi, na pia kuajiriwa kwa madaktari pamoja na wakunga.
Since last year we were trained on ICCM, that is the use of phones, and all of us, the entire county, are trained on the use of phone, that is digital life. I want to thank you for that, because now our CHVs cannot carry those big books as they go to visit their household. They only carry their phones, that is our tablets.
Baadhi ya wamama wajawazito pamoja na baadhi ya wagonjwa ambao wamepata nafuu sasa wana sababu tosha ya kutabasamu. Sababu kuu ikiwa ni baadhi ya vituo vya afya vina vifaa vya kutosha, madawa pamoja na wafanyikazi wa afya ya umma walio na ujuzi na hata nidhamu.
Our maternity works 24 hours, so our mothers are able to come in anytime and they'll be given service any time of the day.
And so far I just thought this is the best because, as I said, the nurses are really nice. The other workers, they are very, very clean. Cleanliness is also a very important thing when you are giving birth. As you can see, they clean after every 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, I've said generally hospitality, cleanliness, good services. I think that's what every mother wants when she's giving birth.
I came on Saturday for checkup, but I was admitted. The nurses took care of me, even if I lost hope, but I did it to my level best. I delivered normally. The delivery was normal. I got a baby boy. The nurses are so caring. They encourage you to do your level best. Whether you ask anything at any time of the hour, they give you, they provide. They're so caring. We are proud of them. We are not even scared of saying Lumumba is a district hospital. It should even be a national hospital. It's the best. The services we are being given is what makes you say that this hospital is the best or the worst. Okay. So what I can say from the word gate, from the word watchman, they are very friendly. They love God. They pray even for you. They're like, just push, do this. God bless. Close your eyes. They pray. They have Bibles at night. We have Madam there. They're so lovely. Even the cleaners, they tell you what to do at the right time. Even those who serve us food, if you request I don't need sugar, they bring at the right time. So we are happy for them.
I want to congratulate our mothers and our men who have been very active in this area. The benefits of the new Facility Improvement Funds Act, which I recently assented to, are already seen and are evident. The team in Alunya has improved the ambience in the maternity wing, buying new curtains and improving the client experience to meet their expectations. They are now able to serve their clients with nutritionally balanced meals and hot beverages, as I said earlier.
I found their treatment is so good because the environment is pleasing, and also their facilities is more advanced, and before it was not working very well, but this time I think they are improving better in their facilities and doing great for the sick and patients, people that are coming to the hospital. I can say that Professor is trying to put these facilities very secured, and also a clean hospital that people can get the treatment well. And I know in the future it will be a better hospital for each and every community that are surrounding the area of Kisumu.
Lumumba Hospital offer a good flow of services to the patients. In the look of things, I can say that I can rate their services as good because like today at 4:20 p.m. I came here with a headache and already they have taken my blood sample for the lab. So I'm just waiting for the results so I can seek the appropriate medical attention.
Lumumba started as a small facility. It was a health center. Then in 2014 it was gazetted as a sub-county hospital. As it was moving from a health center to a sub-county hospital, then the facility was not of that status. But with the time, having worked with the Kisumu Urban Project, which is under the Kisumu County Government, it was upgraded. So we have, the building was renovated. It was a small building, then it was renovated because it was holding only the outpatient department and a small maternity. But after the renovation, then we have the outpatient department, we have the maternity, we have the accident and emergency department, now we have a theater and several wards. That makes it have a bed capacity of about 150. So with that, it meant that at least now the facility is at the status that it is required to be as a level 4 facility in the county. So I will always say I want to thank the county government for doing this for Lumumba Hospital. Apart from the buildings, there are equipments that were also brought in because it cannot be only the buildings. There must be equipments to be able to make the departments be what they are supposed to be. So we also received equipments.
Inawezekana Anyang'o apate 5 tena ama haiwezekani? Wangapi wanasema inawezekana? Hebu nione mikono. Tishtiwe.
County government of Kisumu, they employ the technical personnel, right from doctors, nurses, and lab techs. I mean healthcare workers. Also, the county governments also pay our salaries. Like in this facility, as you see, it's the county government of Kisumu who has made it what people are seeing it is. Originally, it was Kenya Urban Project, but courtesy of Governor Nyong'o has to fast track and speed it up to where now you are seeing it is to this level.
The county government plays a major role in ensuring that we have enough staffs for the hospital to run smoothly and to ensure that the staff are well kept so that we deliver whatever is required for the hospital. As far as you're concerned, you can see our hospital, the standards, even when you come, you feel very comfortable working inside. As far as right now, I'm supposed to apply, but I need to stay because I feel very comfortable in the area. It's very conducive. I come to work knowing very well I'm coming to serve my people because my county has provided me with that kind of environment that I can stay in despite the time. In terms of performance, Nyong'o has done it. And I think that has been the help with the whole team that he has, the directors, the deputies, and everybody. And even if you look like workload-wise, let me say basically in Lumumba, our workload has gone higher because even our patients now see us. I always call my hospital Lumumba public-private. When you enter here, you might think this is urban, but we are a public hospital. Yeah.
We are urging our governor to continue supporting us as the Department of Health under the section of nutrition so that we can have more breastfeeding spaces in different markets in this county. So we are very privileged to have our First Lady launch the breastfeeding space because she's our nutrition champion and she supports breastfeeding.
has ready and available access to the highest attainable standard of healthcare. The highest attainable standard of healthcare. No excuse.
Baadhi ya mashule yamejengwa na walimu wa shule za chekechea kuajiriwa na serikali ya profesa baada ya kuhitimu. Baadhi ya barabara kwenye maeneo wodi yasiyoweza ama yasingeweza kupitika hapo awali sasa yamekamilika. Kufunguliwa kwa kituo cha biashara na uvumbuzi cha Rotary kwa vijana wa jimbo hili ni ishara tosha. Gavana ni kiongozi anayejali maslahi ya vijana na pia kiongozi anayesema na kutenda. Kwenye sekta ya uchukuzi, Mheshimiwa Nyong'o amejenga kituo cha mabasi cha Nyamasaria ambayo pia itasaidia pakubwa katika uendelezaji wa uchumi wa jimbo hili la Kisumu. Kwenye sekta ya sanaa na utalii, ukumbi wa Mama Grace Onyango, kituo kikubwa cha jamii Kisumu, vijana wenye vipaji tofauti wamepata nafasi ya kuonyesha taifa kipawa cha usanii. Kupanuliwa kwa uwanja wa kimataifa wa ndege hapa jijini Kisumu, ikiwa ni baadhi ya matunda alizoziandaa Mheshimiwa Professor Peter Nyong'o.
So the focus, as I said, was now on conference tourism or business conferencing. If you have an international airport, that means it's easy to get people to your destination. And that's huge to get an airport and therefore easy to get people into the region. We also had big hotels here. The Acacia Hotel, the Sovereign Hotel, the Grand Swiss Hotel. And with these big properties and now the airport, it wasn't difficult to start to shape the conference destination as a business conference region. So where did we begin? We began by working with the tourism stakeholders.
Tumekuwa na rais wa Mozambique, Joaquim Chissano, amekuwa hapa kwenu siku kadhaa, na watu Mozambique wamefurahi sana the way Kisumu has hosted their former president Joaquim Chissano. Si mnatosha jamani? Hapa pia tumekuwa na yule aliyekuwa rais wa Seychelles, Danny Fo, amekuwa hapa karibu siku 3, na Kisumu has been able to host marais wa hiyo level. Na pia tumekuwa na Prime Minister wa Gabon. Ndege imetoka Libreville kule Gabon na ikakuja direct Kisumu International Airport. Na tumeweka historia sababu sasa hii airport yenu hapa tumeipanua. Ukienda airport utaona imepanuka mara mbili, with a complete modern arrivals lounge and a complete modern departure lounge.
Mheshimiwa Achi Alai Ojanyi ni waziri wa utalii, sanaa, spoti na utamaduni.
You know, tourism is about connectivity. So I've talked to you about the airlines, and they're all here. Kenya Airways, Jumbo Jet, flying out, and 748 flying out of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. And then from Wilson Airport, making sure that I can also attract people who live on that side of town in Nairobi. So we have Renegade and we have Safari Link. And so every hour, and my office faces the airport, every hour I have a carrier in the skies. There's an airline coming in or there's one going out. And you know, now we have the Jomo Kenyatta International Stadium, brought by His Excellency the President, with our governor lobbying for it. It's an international stadium. We hosted our cities there. And now you will see over the next 5 years, we will have a lot of international fixtures, a lot of regional fixtures, and a lot of local fixtures. So it was one of the President's agendas that he would open up stadiums around the country. And we're very excited in Kisumu. We're very lucky to have it in our first 5-year term. And we're also working on Moi Stadium, which is the county's one. So depending on budgets, we get a budget, and each year we are working on it. So we focused on business conferencing. Again, like I said, because there's an airport, because there's connectivity, good road infrastructure, creating all this LVTA system, and saying that let's put that first down, and then now concentrate on the culture, the tourism sites, because that needs money, purpose for that. So as I move into phase 2 of this administration, when the governor is back, we want to focus on developing, for example, Kitwika substantially, and we've put a very big
The governor and his administration recognizes the role of the youths in the county of Kisumu and in the country, and I would like at this point to recognize the youth leadership within the Azimio coalition and the party in Kisumu. Jimmy Magere, where are you? Please stand, we recognize you if you are here. Jimmy? Okay, fine, thank you very much. And then George Abwajo for the region, if you are here. Thank you very much. And we are proud of one Philip Pande, who is the national Azimio youth leader and who comes from this county. Asante sana. Now we all know that the governor is a founder member of the Orange Democratic Movement, a party that without doubt is the largest in Africa, south of the Sahara and north of the River Limpopo. He was Secretary General of the same party for 10 years. Now within the county of Kisumu, we have a party structure and a leadership, and I want at this point to recognize Professor Ayecho Oluen and team, all members of the ODM party leadership. If you are here, please stand up to recognize you. Na tuwapige makofi. Asanteni sana, we are proud of you and the work that you are doing. It is now my humble duty, ladies and gentlemen, to invite up front our vision bearer, a man that I'm immensely proud of. I would like to ask you guys to stand up as we invite Professor Peter Nyong'o to take over the program from here. Karibu, Governor.
Thank you very, very much, DG. Wakisumu wenzangu, hamjambo? Hamjambo tena? Osaureu. Erokamano. Welcome here today for this launch of our second and final manifesto. Let me begin first and foremost by welcoming here first my wife, Dorothy. Without her, I wouldn't be here. Please, can you stand up and they see you? Thank you very much. Manonya game, come on. Ukienda kienda, nyakukeni nyige mbwana. Aya, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Let me also welcome here my dear friend, Professor Michael Chege. Professor Michael and I have known each other for a very long time. We went to graduate school in different universities in the US, but we knew each other. We taught at the University of Nairobi. We have written books together. Professor Michael, please stand up so that they see you. He is our guest of honor today. And he was one of my advisors in the Ministry of Planning and National Development when we developed the economic recovery strategy for wealth and employment creation and eventually Vision 2030. So he's a man who is very profound and very knowledgeable in the development of our nation. I'd also like to welcome this morning the clergy who have prayed for us this morning. Apostle, I see you there, and Sheikh Musa, thank you very much for coming and blessing us. And then my government, the DG and the ministers who are here today, thank you so much for coming. Members of the executive of the county and chief officers, directors, and party members from all over Kisumu County, from all the sub-counties. You are welcome, and thank you so much for coming. ODM! ODM! Asanteni sana. Aya. Mine this morning is to go through and present to you my manifesto for the second term, for which I'm requesting you for votes. But let me begin by saying that we live in troubled times. We live in a world that was shaken by COVID-19 and is just recovering from the ravages of COVID-19. Although it was troubled times, it also gave us challenges for rising up to the occasion. And I must begin by thanking our medical fraternity in this county, led by Dr. Greg Ganda. The medical fraternity, can you stand up, please, wherever you are? Greg Ganda and your colleagues and all those who may be working at community health workers, you have made us proud. Because without you, we would not have gone through the COVID-19 so successfully in this county. And the Lake Region Economic Bloc team, led by Professor Kamarogo, the elders who had an advisory committee to the Lake Region as a whole, was recognized internationally. Indeed, the Kenyan government took their focus of the incidence of COVID-19. It is their scientific tool that was actually adopted to predict the waves of COVID-19 in Kenya. And that was a result of the concerted work of our medical team here. The call center you established has been recognized internationally, Greg, as one of the things that was, one who could say, first-time response. First, to those who are under stress of COVID-19, evacuating patients to health facilities, supplying oxygen in time, and it led us to establishing an oxygen processing plant at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital. And that oxygen plant will now be capable of supplying oxygen to the whole region. It also led us in the Lake Region Economic Bloc to think even more creatively. And we initiated a program through the Lake Region Economic Bloc for establishing a drone system in Chemelil, which will be launched soon. This drone system will be serving the whole of the Lake Region Economic Bloc in making sure that essential medical commodities like blood. We noticed just during COVID-19, when somebody was sick in a place like Andingo Panga, and you want to deliver oxygen there, it would be fatal to try and take the oxygen there by road, because you arrive too late. But with the drone, it is now possible to reach Andingo Panga from Chemelil in 5 minutes. And this was a result of our experience with COVID-19. And we recently went to Rwanda to see exactly how that drone system works. Rwanda was the first nation in Africa, apart from, I think, Nigeria and Ghana, I think. But it was the first nation in Eastern Africa to adopt this drone system. Now, you, when you think of drones, you think of those things you see in funerals or in rallies. No, those are drones, yes, but miniature drones. The real drones that can carry things much bigger than that. And it's going to be here, launched here in Chemelil very soon. As a result of our experiences using troubled types of COVID. Hard times teach human beings to learn new lessons. I know that we still live in troubled times because the Ukrainian war is still going on. And we know that it has created some difficulties. Those of us, countries which export certain commodities from Ukraine or export to Ukraine. But nonetheless, we need to rise up to the occasion as Kenyans. So what does this have to do with the manifesto that we are launching today? This manifesto is not launched in a vacuum. It's being launched in a nation called Kenya. which for the first time in our history since independence is hopefully going to see an election, which will provide, which should give us the opportunity to make a transition from the hangovers of the authoritarian regimes of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, so that we can live the moment that our new constitution expected us to live in the year 2010. Because that constitution, as you could read it, established for the first time in our history, much more profoundly than in 1963, 2 levels of government, national and county, with substantial responsibilities to transform the lives of our people. In our county and in county governments as a whole, according to our constitution, the constitution gives us tremendous responsibilities over health, education, agriculture, water, roads, environment, and habitat. By habitat, I mean where we live and how we live. But there's much more important to think of habitat, especially when you live in a closely built environment called urban areas or cities, because that is where the challenge for humankind is writ large. We know from our geography lessons in primary and high school that between human beings and the natural environment, there's a very important transaction going on a daily basis, which you never realize. You breathe out carbon dioxide, and you breathe in oxygen. Ama sivyo? That carbon dioxide is needed by plants, because that is their food. And the oxygen that they breathe out is what sustains you. That transaction between us and the environment is threatened by the built environment in urban areas. When concrete houses and concrete roads and streets and so on deprive the plant life of its own sustenance, that is the soil. And therefore there's a scarcity of oxygen in a highly built environment, which is a threat to human life. And we need therefore to think of greening our cities and our environment and reducing the concrete that we use in terms of how high our buildings are and how far apart they are. That is called urban planning. In this city, fortunately, we did accomplish what we called Kisumu City Special Plans. Moses Orega there knows that is a very important thing. Spatial and geophysical plans for governing how to live in a built environment, so as to get a good habitat and we get a clear balance between us and our sisters and brothers in the natural environment called plants and other living beings. That challenges us because human beings tend to be selfish without looking at the long-term implications of their lives. So people will begin trading everywhere, building everywhere, whatnot, and if you tell them this is not good for you, they will resist. When actually what you're telling them not to do is good for their long life. Sometimes certain diseases afflict us and we don't know where they come from, because we are too selfish in using the environment. The high incidence of cancer, for example, that is increasing by the day, is because we have abused the environment. We have abused our water resources. We don't keep them clean. We release affluence in our water resources. Example, Lake Victoria, which was dying. And we just started rehabilitating it with the opening of the port and the dredging of the lake, so that we can remove the debris under the lake and make it a healthier environment. Now you can see it becoming blue and blue. I'm a civil. And because we did that to the lake also rebelled against us. And you saw its level rose and consumed anything on its shore to the detriment of our interest. I'm saying all this because this is the essence of this manifesto. There are something things that we have done. Yes, we are proud of them. But that's just a foundation. If we don't build on that foundation and expand what we have been doing and make real the aspirations of our first 5 years, then what we have done will come to naught. And therefore, I'll go straight, not to the first part which says what we have done. That we have done and you have seen it. Like Othello said when he was just about to kill himself in Shakespeare's play Othello, I have done the state of some service, and they know it. No more of that. When these tales relate, tell them as they are. Nothing exaggerate. So we have told our tale as they are. We are not exaggerating anything. But we want to build on it for the future. So that it is just not the next 5 years which is important, but the years after that, because even the next 5 years will be a foundation for those who are coming after us. Ama sivyo? Huyu jamaa ananifuata kabisa eh? Na nyinyi mnaniangalia tu. So this will definitely be a foundation for the future, for those who are coming after us. But then we must build on the foundation we have laid today, as that video has summarized so effectively. So I will not go to the first part of this manifesto. You know it. What we have to do really first in the area of health, Greg and I is here, is that lady in that video who was talking about Lumumba Health Center, Kasab County Hospital, said, we are happy that this sub-county hospital is as it is today. It is clean, we get services. We are happy to be here, the doctors look, the nurses are good. But there's something much more important. Why did I in the first place come here? This is, for all intents and purposes, a referral hospital. I came here because lower down, those other facilities do not offer the kind of services I have here. And maybe, if there was better family, communal, preventive, primary health care, I could easily deliver in a health center or a dispensary, as happens in Cuba. So the responsibility that we have been given as county governments of undertaking and looking after family, primary, and community health is very fundamental in the delivery of healthcare. It is the foundation of healthcare delivery. And so we think in Kisumu County that investing in primary healthcare, especially community health workers, not just in terms of their salaries, but in terms of what they know, the services they deliver, and the facilities in which they deliver those services. That is the foundation of a successful healthcare system. And so we must invest effectively in our dispensaries and health centers, family health and community health, preventive health, spend on it, so that places like Lumumba Sub-County Hospital become truly referral facilities, not facilities that deal with primary health problems that can be dealt with at that lower level. That's one of the reasons why the First Lady has taken it at her mission to deal with these breastfeeding centers, especially in working places. Because if a child is not breastfed properly, they will not grow up as proper human beings. Breastfeeding is both nutritional but also psychological. The communication between the child and the mother. I don't know whether you have ever watched a mother breastfeeding. You have watched a mother breastfeeding. You see how much the child concentrates on the breast, and how much attention the mother gives the child at that point in time. Kwena somo tendeni okonya windio. Kuzo mini okawaja dira. So that activity is important in terms of primary health care. And in terms of preventing future diseases. So in this county, we have tried to obey the World Health Organization guidelines that nobody should live more than 2 or 3 kilometers from the nearest health facility. That also applies to water. Water is another essential commodity. And I'm glad, where's Salmon Orimba? Where's Salmon? He's away. I must say that the Department of Water has done a wonderful job, making sure that 75% of our county is covered by water, fresh water. But the other 25% must be covered too. And that, we have laid the foundation. We must now finish the building in water provision, so that we have a healthy population, so that water provision can complement the healthcare system. That also goes with early childhood education. Now, if you ask me, I would say that county governments should be responsible for education up to high school. Sorry. As it happens, as it is the case in other jurisdictions like the US. My brother here lives in the US and he knows that. The state government is responsible for education up to high school. Some state governments even have their universities. State University of New York at Albany. Why can't we have a county university of Kisumu at Ahero? But I think that rather than be too ambitious, let us do what we are given to do in the Constitution effectively, because it's fundamental to the development of our nation. That is early childhood education. And I must commend Mwalimu Awiti, ever since he joined the government, and his team, for concentrating on developing ECD classes, almost in every village. And that's one of the reasons why we created village councils and village administrators, because we want to assign the villages very fundamental functions: environment, access roads, health, water. Those are the basic things that the village councils must look after in our government. So we are saying, in this manifesto, you realize that a lot of emphasis is laid on those functions. Can we please, what is happening there? Our Jama, who is distributing what there? Please. Please, can we stop that, please? Ketini chini tafadhali. Ndugu zanguni, ketini chini. Mzee, tafadhali. Asante sana. So in this manifesto, you realize the emphasis we put on those and what we are going to do more. It will require that, notwithstanding, as somebody said earlier, the shortages of financial flows from the Treasury, but we must set our own priorities and spend it critically where it matters. The other thing I want to talk about is agriculture. Now, you know, this county, when I was growing up, was a good producer of fresh produce, vegetables, maize, tubers, cassava, potatoes. And I remember when I was a kid, we used to bring milk to the KCC plant here from my home. We were supplying milk to KCC for the whole of Kenya. And that's why we are reviving dairy production in the county. The Chemelil Animal Reproduction Center, so that we can improve our breed and produce the milk as we used to do it. With the sugar industry here, with plenty of molasses, we can use that as a supplement of feeding our cows. And now with the drone system there, we'll be able to have artificial insemination for our great cows throughout the county. Rather than take your cow, march your cow all the way to Chameli to be borrowed by a bull there, we'll bring you artificial insemination at home. Mama Silvio. At the moment, of course, the model is that there are great bulls there, but we think that's rather basic. All we need to breed the bulls, but take semen from them, and then use it for artificial insemination in all our homes to improve our breeds. In agriculture, we have already, as you saw, opened up the Kochieng tomato plant here in Nyando, because of tremendous tomatoes being there. By the way, there's a great deal of demand for fresh tomatoes in Kinshasa, in the DRC where it came from. So if we can actually export fresh tomatoes to the DRC, and we can do it, because we're already working with the Kenya Fresh Producers Association, Okisegere Ojapat team, to improve fresh produce here. So we must be ambitious and do what we used to do when I was growing up. Because we have the soil, we have the people, we have everything, we have the climate to improve our fresh produce products and produce in excess so that we can export some to the rest of Kenya. We can do it. So in agriculture, we aim at building on what we have already done at Kochieng to ensure that the productivity in other sub-counties goes on for purposes of value addition in agriculture. Now let's say something about roads. I think there you saw first experiment we have done in Kisumu County of having a tarmac road from Nambakapio to Ndere Island, 17 kilometers, being built by the National Youth Service. That's a government-to-government transaction, and it's being finished in record time. Because I challenge our contractors to rise up and build tarmac roads. If they can do it, we shall give them contracts. But if they can't, we can't, because we want results. So if we can do that successfully, and also Clay Creek Road that we are building there in Kisumu East, then we will know what it costs to do tarmac roads in our rural areas. And we can stop this madness of having earth roads everywhere, which break down every time it rains, which compelled us to create a group called Kisumu Road Maintenance Teams to maintain access roads in our rural health and villages. Makofi basi ndugu zanguni. Haya, asante. Asante. So, we have done that experiment, and I think both have been successful. We now know what it costs to do tarmac roads by ourselves. So we can aim in the next 5 years, a tarmac road per sub-county per year. And if Kura and Kera cooperate with us, and I know under the Azimio government something we've done in terms of reforms in the road sector, some of the functions that were taken from the counties given to Kera will maybe returned to the counties, and we shall be prepared ready to use those functions effectively. Environment. I mentioned earlier that we should learn a basic lesson in biology. That when we breathe out carbon dioxide, plants should be there to give us oxygen, which means that what we have been doing in Kisumu City will have to be done in all other urban centers where we are building towns like Moroni and so on, so that it is not just something for Kisumu City, something that applies to the county as a whole. In any case, our forest cover in the county Kisumu is the worst in the nation. We have only about 1 or 2% forest cover. That's a shame. You only need to go to Nyeri, see how much forest cover they have. So, we must increase our forest cover. And that's why we gave the responsibility of environment to every village. So hawa jamaa ambao wanaingia county assembly, tafadhali tusaidie. Tupatie hawa jamaa jukumu la kuplant trees. And I think we are going to, like we did with the community health workers, I think we should have community environment workers too. so that we sign these environment workers for planting trees in our villages, planting trees along our roads. So what we have started in Kisumu City will be expanded elsewhere, so that we reduce the adverse effect of the built environment against the natural environment. And finally, let me come to our city. Much has been said, quite rightly so, that we have done a lot in the city. We have. But that doesn't mean that we have not done anything in the rural areas, which is not true. The two are not mutually exclusive. But we must continue to do more in the city of Kisumu. Because as we are campaigning some the other day into places like Tido and so on, you can realize that if we don't do something about expansion there, and we plan those things, they're going to be jungles, slums. And so in our next phase, 5 years, we're going to pay a lot of attention in the so-called informal settlements. My policy is we are not here doomed to live with informality. We must formalize informality. We must formalize informality. That's one of the reasons why we are building markets all over the place. So our traders can trade in formal institutions with good security, good environment, good hygiene, so that they can accumulate capital. Just think of Kibuye with an M-Pesa facility, with 2 banks, with a place where somebody can go and buy a ticket to go to Nairobi. That kind of service for those women will make them trade much better than if they are on the road. Just think of this bus stop transformed into a modern transit place, not the way it is, a jungle of confusion. And yet when I say that, some stupid fellow says that I want to daro people. I mean, what kind of stupidity is that? Makofi kwangu basi. We must formalize informality. And that's how our nations, other nations have grown. London used to be like this if you read Shakespearean plays. Glasgow used to be like, but they have formalized informality and developed. Sasa kama nyinyi hawataki to formalize informalities, you will remain in the dark ages of informality and backwardness. Ama sivyo? So, when we say building the future on the foundations we have laid, we mean exactly that. Development means choosing to go forward. We have chosen to go forward. Kisumu, fast forward. Once upon a time, Nyerere said to Africa, if Africa wants to develop, we must run while the Europeans walk. Because if we don't run, we'll never catch up with them. So in Kisumu County, I am pleading with you, let us run while the rest of people walk. So ladies and gentlemen, having said that, I really would like to take this opportunity to invite my dear friend, Professor Michael Chege. Hey, ngoja kidogo huyu jamaa ana something to say, yeah? Oh, yes, sorry. He says we must launch the thing first before we give you the... Now, these people have a ceremony for launching this manifesto, which I respect. So I will bow to my friend, Alois Aguirre. Alois, can you then guide me what to do? Do I sit down and wait? I can take my seat. I'm demoted. ODM! Thank you.
Can we give the governor a round of applause? Na tupepereze bandera ODM juu, kila mtu fanye hivi, toa kofia. Kama mnapenda governor, tingu kofia utingu malo. Anyang' Nyong'o tano tena. Tuseme tano tena. Nyong'o. Nyong'o. And Baba. The fifth Baba.
Azimio la umoja. Azimio la umoja. Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga. ODM. ODM. Ngojeni kidogo. Bado kumaliza. Can you sit down please? We haven't finished. Tafadhali ketini chini. Ladies and gentlemen, hey. 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 Tafadhali. Let's sit down please. Ngoja kidogo. We have one more thing to do. After the launch, we have one more thing to do. Ngoja kidogo. We are just waiting for Michael Chege to come back. Okay. Jolokano. Hello, ODM. 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 Haya. Basi, ngoja kidogo. Okay. So, first is the speaker here. Mr. Speaker, I need to give you this officially to take to the assembly because you are the people who will be. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much. Then the chairman of the party, Professor Yecho Olweny Mayedenda.
Thank you.
ODM! Thank you very much. ODM! You must respond to the party leader. Eh? If you don't, he will not be happy with you. Basi. Sasa, I'd like to now request my friend, Professor Michael Chege, to come and make some remarks on this launch and the manifesto, and maybe give us some guidance on some way forward as a county. Michael, please. Makofi kwa Michael.
Thank you very much. I've come all the way from Dagoretti, where I was born in Kiambu. I'm so happy to help launch this manifesto of my best friend in here, Kisumu Dala. So it's also my Dala. Yo Kisumu untie? Untie? Omar? Okay. Now, I have many friends here, in addition to the Nyong'o family, Dorothy. I was just talking to Professor Olweny. We were together at the University of Nairobi. I saw Caleb Opon sometime here. Honorable Governor, Deputy Governor, Matthew Willie, also a good friend of mine, Speaker, all of you, I'm deeply honored to have been asked to comment on this manifesto. That is the plan of the governor to move forward. I'm a stakeholder because intellectually we work together on these ideas. Please listen. Because we work together on these ideas, and they're the right ideas to see the development of Africa move forward. You saw this county host the Afro-Cities Conference in May. Kisumu was the benchmarking city for all of Africa. Pigie Professor makofi nyameni. Ameleta Afrika yote hapa kuona how to run a proper city with cleanliness, with caring attitude towards the ordinary people. The ladies who work on the streets, on the road, give them shelter, give them a place to do business and do it well. The care for mothers that he mentioned, it's all here. Primary health care, early child development. I think what is in this manifesto is a continuation working from the foundations so that in future Kisumu will be even more recognized internationally, not just the county, but also the city for proper development and giving facilities and opportunities to its citizens and its people. I like the idea of more markets. We are talking about helping the women, our market women, in Otonglo and other places like that. I like the idea of extending the roads, the board, the importance that is being placed in agriculture. The city and the farm work together. Wale walio katika town, waliko city hii, lazima wakule chakula na chakula kinatoka wapi? Kule rural areas, kwa farmers. And in future, and you heard it during the Afro-Cities, more Africans will live in cities and fewer of them in the countryside. Ukitazama kwetu hapa Kenya, utaona jameni. Please listen. Most of our population are young people. And they are educated. They want jobs in a modern urban sector. And they are migrating. Please let us not confine them to the slums. Let them have jobs. Let them have opportunities so that the country can move forward in a developmental way. I like the idea of therefore on agriculture, improvement of cotton, rice, and food security. I like the idea of improving the sugar sector once again, and look, Professor Nyong'o has some of the best ideas that I know of on what we could be doing with the sugar sector to make it useful for employment and also to generate more industrial activities alongside it. He's talking about producing livestock feed out of sugarcane. That is the way the country ought to move forward. Jameni, you are lucky to have a professor as a governor, sio raisi. Na Mungu amempa na nini? Blessings. Ni baraka kuwa na profesa kama governor. Manake anatumia ule ubongo wake na unajulikana dunia nzima, fikira zake zinaheshimiwa wapi? Dunia nzima. Amerika utakwambia Nyong'o, we know him. India ukienda uliza Nyong'o watakwambia we know that man. Maelezo yake ana mayele kama wanasema, afikira nzuri za heshima sana. Let me say a few things which I think should be thought of as we move forward. When I was helping launch the manifesto of Professor in 2017, I told you, Professor Nyong'o will never take your money. He will use it. Pesa yenu ni yenu, na ataitumia kwa nyinyi, na maendeleo ni kwa nyinyi, na mmeona matokeo yake. There are very few counties which can boast the record of integrity and honesty that Professor Nyong'o has demonstrated. Mpigie makofi jameni. Na ataendelea namna hiyo. And people are going to bring money and invest in Kisumu so our young people can get jobs. Because they know he's got integrity, it will be guarded, and he's honest, and things are going to work well. I like the idea of bringing the EPZ to life. 10,000 acres in Moroni. We now have the railway. We can use the lake navigation system to get products from here to the rest of East Africa so that these will become a hub of production in industry and in services. So please, if you can fast track the EPZ, it will be a wonderful thing to have. I must confess before all of you, I'm a great friend of Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. Because we think the same way about Africa and about Kenya and about the future, and we care for people. Sio wewe peke yako jipenda. Kwa hivyo, issues that we spoke about when Professor Nyong'o was planning minister, then health minister, and Honorable Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga was in government as the Prime Minister. There should be more industries in Kisumu, and they'll be there. In the EPZ, Professor Nyong'o did not mention cotton as a traditional crop of this region. We killed it, it ought to come back. And Kikomi ought to come back so that the kind of quality products that you found there can be produced for us here in Kenya and also for the rest of the region and for the world. I want to mention something else which I think is advisory, but I think is very important. For a very long time, Honorable Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga has been talking about using this city as a center of processing of precious minerals, precious, particularly diamond. It may strike you as strange, but Kisumu is ideally located for diamonds coming here from Central African Republic. You can fly from Bangui to here in less than an hour. South Sudan, Congo, and other parts of the country, and including our own country here. Processing of diamonds to compete with Bombay, with Tel Aviv, with Antwerp, instead of sending them out. Our young people here can be taught that trade. The same thing with gold. There's gold in Migori. It is being mined informally, artisanally. It's wrong. Let's have proper industrialization there in Transmara, and let's have the mineral processed here in Kisumu City at the EPZ. And we can extend that. And I look forward to that happening. Business tourism. Tourism is a very good employer of young people. And we have many young, educated people here who are looking for jobs. I was so happy to hear the county tourism minister emphasize business tourism. I think the way the county performed during the Afro-Cities conference shows that Kisumu can handle international delegates and international visitors in their thousands. And you did a good job. And they've gone to the rest of the world and praised this city. Kisumu and the people of Kisumu are kind. And they showed us their culture. And we talked to them, we ate their food. We will go back there. The next time, there'll be double that. And your drivers, even Matatu people, Boda people, hotels, waiters, bartenders, all of you were beneficiaries of that. We want to see more and more conference tourism here with the international airports here. I like the fact that Kit Mikai is mentioned here, Governor Nyong'o, wonderful. Bringing it, yeah, to be a UNESCO heritage site. You had the Deputy President flew from Libreville, Gabon to here. People can fly to Kisumu now from all parts of the world. We want to see more and more tourists. We used to have long ago what we called in Kenya the Western Circuit. from Mara to Ruma in South Nyanza to here, then to Kakamega, then to Elgon. These things can be revived. We now have community and cultural tourism where tourists can visit homes and live with people for a while to get the experience. That is in the books. Let us realize it. Let's not make it theoretical. I like the fact that we are now talking in this manifesto about consolidating the infrastructure in many areas, including water, sanitation, housing, roads. All those things will happen. And they'll happen because I believe, by grace of God, when we go to the elections, we will elect Nani? Baba. Sijui what? I want to tell you, I don't normally campaign. I don't normally campaign in the market, but this time I'm campaigning in the market. This is what we can't take chances this time. We must have the right president, and for him to work, as the Honorable Speaker said, he must have the right senators and the right MPs and the right governors. Na mtu wa mkono wa baba ni hapa Kisumu City ni nani? Siarudishwe. Sawa. Okay. Okay, tano tena. I want to say a word about County First Lady Dorothy Nyong'o, because she's very gracious and self-effacing and always gives him the front so that he can get the glamour. She owes, and we owe her a lot, my generation, we owe her a lot for the support he has given the governor and me and us. And especially bringing up the family, keeping the family together, I know. And most important of all, she's working on cancer on a voluntary basis, raising money quietly, doing good work for children here in Kisumu, and doing good work for women and communities quietly. And it is working and working well. First Lady, thank you. And Her Excellency First Lady, thank you. And I'm corrected. And I want to say this. This manifesto shows you where you have been when the governor came in, which was not good. We are all happy as Kenyans for what he has done up to now. Hiyo ni foundation, kama alivyosema. Next ni kujenga nyumba watu wakae, sio? Tumpatie nini? Tano tena. Si namna hiyo? Tano tena. Kwa hivyo hii manifesto ni yatu, ni yake, na ni ya watu wote wa Kisumu na Kenya. This is the benchmark county. Speaker amesema watu wanakuja hapa kubenchmark, kuona this is how to do development. Yaani profesa anaendelea kufundisha nini? Kenya na Afrika yote. You are lucky to have him. I'm lucky to have him as a friend. Nashukuru Mungu, tutamuombea, ataingia 9th of August. Na baba. Okay.
Can we give Professor a hearty round of applause? And a standing ovation. Allow me to recognize people living with disabilities. They were not organized, Makofi. And to, in a special way, appreciate the sign language interpreter, Evelyn Akinyi. At this juncture, we are left with 2 items to do. Let's be seated. I'll request the chair of the campaign team to come over here and do the endorsement of the governor's manifesto before I make the last announcement. Samuel.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Governor of the great county of Kisumu, Mama County, our special guest, the Deputy Governor of the great county of Kisumu, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kisumu, our delegates, officials from different sectors, Amjambo. ODM. ODM. Professor Peter Nyong'o. Professor Peter Nyong'o. Professor Peter Nyong'o. Baba the fifth. Baba the fifth. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me to recognize the head of our secretariat, Honorable Neria Char. For those who have been visiting our secretariat, the secretariat is headed by Neria Char, who is doing a good job. Thank you very much. I really want to recognize and appreciate on behalf of the secretariat the good work which is being done by different delegates and different sub-counties. It is because of your work, which is well coordinated, which has made our candidate to be actually leading in all the opinion polls which have been conducted by different professionals. And we are sure if we continue like that, we are very sure our candidate is going to have a landslide victory. We are very sure about that. Immediately after this, we are going to have a declaration at Kondele, and you are all invited. Allow me to invite different representatives from different sub-counties, starting with Kisumu Central. Kisumu Central, just come. Kisumu Central, Kisumu East, and Kisumu West, just come. Very fast because of time.
Your Excellency the Governor, the Chief Guest, all protocols observed. ODM. ODM. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Your Excellency, people are talking about what you have done for the Kisumu Central. What they didn't know is that now is when you have pulled the rabbit from the hat. We fully endorse this manifesto. Thank you.
I have a coffee kwa watu ya Kisumu Central. Asante.
Kisumu West, having studied the manifesto of the governor of Kisumu, Professor Peter Nyong'o, truly the time for Kisumu to rise, shine, and be counted is here. Your Excellency the Governor, you have made it happen. Kisumu West stands with you on the day and into the future. Nyong'o tano tena. Thank you.
To the Governor, Mama County, Deputy Governor, our Chief Guest, and all delegates. Good afternoon. This is Charles Okello representing Kisumu East. I want to say that the Governor has done a lot, and whatever has been put in the manifesto speaks volume. In Kisumu East, we've seen several tremendous developments, starting with healthcare, running all along to ECDs and all the roads. And we believe to give Governor Peter Nyong'o tano tena. Watu wa Kisumu East tano? Tano? Thank you very much.
Asante. Allow me to invite representative from Seme, Muroni, Yakach. And Nyando also together with them.
ODM. ODM. Nikipitia kwa gavana wetu Professor Peter Nyong'o, deputy yake Daktari Matthew Mabudu Wili, mgeni wetu wa heshima siku ya leo Professor ambao travel all the way from Nairobi.
wageni wetu wote, wanachama wa ODM, amjambo? Amjambo tena. Sisi kama watu waseme, tumestudy hii manifesto ya Governor Nyong'o na tumeridhika naye. Na tuna ukweli na tuna hakika naye ya kwamba Profesa Peter Anyang' Nyong'o atafanya na anarudi kufa. Amefanya na anarudi kufa. Kwa hivyo Profesa Anyang' Nyong'o 5 te. Profesa Peter Anyang' Nyong'o 5 te. Abich mo. Erokamano.
His Excellency, the Governor, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, our invited guest, the Deputy Governor, the members of the Executive, the ODM nominees. I want to take this opportunity on behalf of Nyando Sub-County, Nyambano constituency, as the Secretary General of the campaign team for the Governor, that to declare that what is in this manifesto, starting from Kochieng tomato plant, we have our watch irrigation scheme, we have Ugwe dispensary, we have Koroe market, we have Arero town, we have Lela dispensary, we have Nyamwere dispensary in Kanyagwal Kabonyo. We have also an irrigation scheme there. There are so many projects the governor has initiated in Nyando. And as Nyando team, we are proud of your government and we believe that you are going to do the remaining bit yenye iko kwa hii kitabu ya manifesto. ODM, watu wa Nyando tunasema 5 tena. Asante sana.
Your Excellency, in 2017, the people of Nyakach gave you a mandate and signed with you a social contract based on your manifesto then. We have seen your scorecard and you have passed with flying colors. Having listened to your commitment today, we sign with you another contract for another 5 years, and we endorse your candidature for the governor of Kisumu County 2022. Anyang' Nyong'o? Anyang' Nyong'o? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Governor of the great county of Kisumu, the First Lady, the Deputy Governor, and the special guest of today, Professor Michael Chege. On behalf of Moroni Sub-County, I want to say that we have read the manifesto and we totally agree with it. We further want to say that we have witnessed the growth that has taken place in Kisumu County, and we are optimistic that the foundation that has been laid will see us grow even further. So as Moroni people, we commit that we support the manifesto, and wawacho kaka jo Moroni ni Nyong'o 5, Nyong'o 5, jo Moroni mantie chungane urumalo jo Moroni. Ero urukamano.
Allow me, Your Excellency, to invite the representative of the PWDs.
Your Excellency, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, persons with disabilities have read your manifesto and they are convinced that you are the pace setter internationally, based that you've implemented the UN Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities. I've seen in your manifesto, you're also working with the World United Cities and Local Government. Persons with disabilities in Kisumu County have a home in your vision. Your Excellency isetimo kendo wang'eyo ni dok timo. Your Excellency, be sure of persons with disabilities support in your next tenure. Kawacho ni Professor Peter Nyong'o to wacho na ni abich moro. Professor Peter Nyong'o wach motegno. Professor Peter Nyong'o. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dear delegates, we have traversed all the 7 sub-counties with our candidate. We are not taking your support for granted. It is because of your support we have reached where we are. Allow me now to invite the Speaker to pose a question. Karibu, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much. Your Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu County, you have launched your manifesto and you have indicated the things that you've done and those that you are going to do. Jo Kisumu County untie. Jo Kisumu County untie. You have seen the manifesto. He has said here what he's going to do and what he has done. So we have to put a question so that we make a resolution that we are adopting the manifesto, and when we agree with it, it means we are agreeing to support Professor Peter Nyong'o for a beach borough. So when you agree with it, you are agreeing with Professor Peter Nyong'o for a beach borough. And I put the question that the manifesto having been presented today with what the governor had done previously and what he is going to do, and the 7 sub-counties have presented their representative to agree with the same. And I put the question that as many of the opinion that the manifesto of Governor Professor Peter Nyong'o be adopted, say aye. As many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it, and your manifesto has been adopted, and it means you are going to be the next governor. Thank you so much.
Just be seated. Now I will invite the governor to come over here. If you have a copy of the manifesto, I want you to wave it at him. Let's prepare. We all of I'll be upstanding as you prepare it. Thank you very much. To prepare, Nasigalagala. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of our function, and now let's be upstanding for the national anthem. Governor, take a position. Sote tusimame. Tuagolu kofia. O God of all creation, justice be our shield and defender. May we live in unity, peace and liberty. Plenty be found within our border. Asanteni sana. Nitaomba ya kwamba governor na wageni wake ndio waende kwanza, kisha atatuongoza kwenda kule Kondele kwa baraza. Thank you very much. Just give room here for the governor to pass with his guest first.